Hey everyone, this is Mason Hutchison with HerbRally, and today I'm going to teach you how I make my Tom Kha fire cider. This video serves more of as an inspiration, an idea to an alternative to a fire cider for you to make, as opposed to like giving you a brief on the medicinal values, the story behind fire cider, and so on. I will say, however, fire cider originated from Rosemary Gladstar. And she has this wonderful book called Fire Cider 101 Zesty Recipes for Health Boosting Remedies made with Apple Cider Vinegar by Rosemary Gladstar and friends. And I'm one of those friends. You could find my recipe for the Tom Kha Fire Cider on page 76. Yeah, and the reason I came up with this idea was I love the soup. It's called Tom Kha or Tom Kha Gai. If you've had it before, I'm sure you appreciate the deliciousness of the soup as well. And I think that this fire cider, this version of fire cider, captures a lot of those flavors. It includes most of the ingredients in the traditional soup, omitting one ingredient, which is probably, obviously, coconut milk. I don't include coconut milk in this recipe, but everything else, we got the trifecta of herbs. We got lemongrass, galangal root, and Kaffir lime leaves. All right, so we'll just jump right into making the recipe. Shit. So let's go over the ingredients. We have red onion, garlic cloves, Kaffir lime leaves, galangal root, cilantro, although I know some people despise this stuff, so feel free to omit that as well. We have a lime. We're going to use the juice and the zest. More galangal root. We have lemongrass, and these are Thai chilies, although any pepper would really work, jalapenos, whatever you got. And then we have apple cider vinegar. This stuff is raw and unfiltered. It's with the mother, as they say. It's unpasteurized. Tamari, this is for flavoring more than anything. This is some of my homemade lion's mane extract. It's a double extraction. I add it for the medicinal value, but also because a lot of Tom Khas will have mushrooms in it, so I figured that would be fun to add as well. And then, of course, honey. We'll add honey at the very end as well to give it a nice sweet flavor to it. All right, now we'll just prepare the ingredients, and it's pretty simple. You'll see we're just going to chop everything up and throw it into a mason jar. Okay. So my official recipe calls for 3/4 of an onion, a medium-sized onion. So we're gonna do just as I say. Huh? That looks like 3/4 to me. Just gonna give it a rough cut. Wow, that's perfect. Okay. Oh. Pro kitchen tip, if you don't have a bench scraper, this is one of my favorite kitchen utensils to have. So we're gonna add 13 Kaffir lime leaves, and they say to release all the good flavor. It's nice to like rough it up, bruise it up a little bit, or you know, crack them. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll call this 2, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 10 cloves of garlic. We'll just kind of smash them up. Also good. Bench scraper is good for that too. You could mince them too. This is easy though. Okay. So I say in the recipe 1/2 cup of chopped galangal root. So I'm just gonna guesstimate here. That looks good. So if galangal root seems like an obscure ingredient, they carry them at most Asian grocery stores. Here in Eugene, we have one called Sunrise Asian Market. So actually, same with the Kaffir lime leaves. At the Asian grocery market, I got the lemongrass, the galangal root, and the Kaffir lime leaves. So if you have one in your area, that's probably what you find. Well, that's probably where you'll find these ingredients. So. Yeah, so just a real basic rough cut on these. Okay. And so we'll go half a stalk on the lemongrass. And usually with these, what I do is I'll peel off the outer layers. And you can save those outer layers for if you're making a broth or something. I like to throw those in there. I cut off the ends. And we'll call this about half. So same with the Kaffir lime leaves, what you want to do is you want to bruise the outside a little bit to release all those flavors. So you just take the back of a chef knife and kind of do that. It's fun. And then just cut them up into little pieces. Throw that in. What else do we need? And then we'll throw in 5 of these Thai chilies. Like I said, use any chilies you got. I'm just going to give those a rough dice as well. I'll probably omit the stems. Okay. Throw that in. And we're getting there. And I do like cilantro, so I'm going to include it. There's also some medicinal value in the cilantro as well. So yeah, I say about a half cup. We'll just give that a rough chop. Throw that in. And then we'll do the juice of 1 lime. You could also throw some lime zest in there as well. I can't find my zester, so I'm going to leave that out. Nice. All right. I think that's it. You're not going to show me looking at the book every time, are you?
Sure am.
Okay. I want to see what this guy Mason has to say. So we're getting there. We'll take our raw apple cider vinegar, and then we're just going to fill it to the tippy top, or close to it at least. All right. And I see a chili stem in here. Where's my lid? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cap it. And I'm using this plastic lid with a little lid liner in here. And we're going to shake it every day for 4 weeks. You could also use a regular metal lid with some parchment paper to prevent the rust from happening. But yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to let this infuse for about 4 weeks. You can do it a little less, a little more if you want, but 4 weeks is kind of the sweet spot. And then yeah, if you remember, just try to shake it daily. And then when we come back, we're going to add the flavoring of the tamari, the mushroom extract, and the honey as well. So I'll see you in 4 weeks. 4 weeks later. All right, so it's been 4 weeks since we made our Tom Kha fire cider. It hasn't been 5.5 days. It's been exactly 4 weeks. So what I do to strain it is I use these sprout screens, and I get them from Mountain Rose Herbs. I'll include a link in the description. I know purists might like to use cheesecloth. That way you kind of squeeze out all of the extra nutrients. I like to use this out of convenience, so do what you will. But then we're just going to strain it. And it's got that really nice, beautiful pinkish color. That's pink, right? And just let it sit for a while. Sometimes I'll lean it against the wall and just let it drip like that. By the way, I make my infusions with these sprout screens as well, my Nourishing herbal infusions. So they're very multi-purpose. So we got, I might let it strain longer if I wasn't on video right now. But what we have left over is kind of like these pickled vegetables. You're welcome to use them in cooking. Honestly, I would probably take the galangal root, the lemongrass, and the Kaffir lime leaves and throw them in some broth, flavor some broth. But yeah, the onions are perfectly edible, the garlic, you can make some hot sauce out of it. All sorts of fun things you can do with the dregs. And then we got some raw local honey, whatever best honey you could find to sweeten it. So I think I call for, what do I call for? So about a quarter cup of honey, or to taste, we're gonna use one of these fancy honey doohickeys. And that's probably gonna take way too long. So we'll just kind of throw that in there. And then you're going to want the honey to dissolve completely into the liquid. Oh, this is fun. Okay. We're going to pretend like it all went in there. I'll discard those. And to speed up the process, you could use a whisk. Try to incorporate all the honey in there. Probably sounds annoying. No, okay. Wow, it's all dissolved. Okay. We'll discard that too. And then this is kind of an optional ingredient, but I already mentioned it. It's I have some lion's mane extract. It's a mushroom extract. I do that for the additional medicinal benefit, but then also a lot of times tom kha has mushrooms in it, so we'll replicate that. It's about a teaspoon. And then I pre-measured some tamari, which is about a quarter cup of tamari. That's for flavoring. A lot of times tom kha will have fish sauce in it as like an umami salty flavor. For this recipe I'm using tamari. And what's next? Okay, we will cap it, kind of incorporate everything. The honey's definitely not completely dissolved yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and get back in there and stir it some more. It might take a bit for it to all dissolve. You can just use powdered sugar instead too, that would work. Hey, don't do that. Alright, so next I'm going to funnel it into some fun vessel. If you got one, it's fine in here too. These stainless steel funnels are nice to have. Nice. Okay. Then we'll cap it. And I made this really fancy, cool label. If you don't use blue painter's tape in the kitchen, you're missing out. Okay. And voila, tom kha fire cider. And let's give this a taste. Where's my fancy glasses? Oh. All right, now I'm going to pour some for me and my lovely wife, Amanda. Amanda does all the video work and creative design and logos and everything. So shout out to Amanda.
Thank you.
And here you go. Cheers. Wow. It's spicy. It's good though. It's got those Tom Kha flavors, as you'd imagine. What do you think? Pretty good?
I'd sip on that.
Yeah. So that's your Tom Kha Fire Cider. And one more time, you can find the recipe along with many others in this amazing book, Fire Cider by Rosemary Gladstar and Friends. I think I'm on page 76, but I also wanted to say this recipe originally appeared on the Mountain Rose Herbs blog. I wrote it a few years back. We'll include a link to that in the show notes as well, as long as links to the book, the sprout screen, and so on. So I hope you give this a try. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us on YouTube. So if you like great herbal content,
Ooh, steamy.
if you'd like more great herbal content, we have a membership site. It's called the HerbRally Schoolhouse. For more information on that, just go to herbrally.com/schoolhouse. We also have a video that you could watch right here. It should be right here. I'm sorry, no, it's right here. Watch the videos right here. And thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.